What is going on, guys? Adam here from Hound of Hell Gaming. Now, many of you might not know this, but I am a huge fan of mixed martial arts. I've been following the UFC since, I think when I checked back to the first fight I ever saw, it was like UFC 3 or something like that. It's one of the early ones before it was famous, when you had to go and get it from a dodgy place on DVDs, because it wasn't mainstream at all. Most TV stations in the UK had no interest in putting it on there. So, I played every UFC game that we've had so far. Now, the original two, I call it the original two, there was probably games before it, but the UFC, I think they were called Undisputed. Back in the days of Tap Out, Affliction, One More Round, all the good sponsors. Back in the good old days, basically. So, those were the best games for me. They had a good mix of great gameplay, decent graphics for the time, and then a fantastic career mode on them. Since EA have taken over, the career modes are absolute trash. They're so generic. They focus on completely wrong things that real fans of the game, real fans of MMA, probably don't care about. And they just regurgitate it every year. Now, this is a common theme for EA Sports. They like putting out the same thing with slightly updated graphics, slightly different engine, or the most minimal of upgrade year on year. You're usually looking at between 4 and 6 years before you can see a vast difference between EA Sports games. So UFC 4 was the one before this, and the career mode was awful. The gameplay was pretty good, so you're alright if you're having 1v1s against your mates. You're having a party and you're gonna play winner stays on, things like that. That's not bad, but I want to see whether this game is going to be any better. So I'm going to go into this match. This is my first ever match on UFC 5. I'm playing as Tom Aspinall. Now, Tom is from the same place that I'm from. I can't remember if I've met him or if I've played rugby against him, but I know him somehow. As soon as I saw Tom Aspinall, I was like, hang on a minute, I know that guy. So, I can't remember that. It might even just be mutual acquaintance, something along those lines, but for the life of me, I can't remember. But I thought it'd be fitting to go and give him a go as the first fighter that I use on this game. So, he's repping Salford, England, which is where I'm from. So we're going to go and test him out against the best in the world, the greatest of all time, Johnny Bones Jones. Now, John Jones is an absolute douchebag. The guy is a scumbag, but he's the best fighter ever, in my opinion. And it pains me to say it, because I do not like him. I do not like what he stands for. I do not like how he behaves. I do not like how he's the most talented man in the world at mixed martial arts, and he's just pissing it away. How many people would love to have his talents, his natural abilities, his athletic abilities, and he's just out getting drunk all the time, taking cocaine, running over pregnant ladies and running off with stacks of cash. This guy's tarnished his own legacy, and I don't see people ever stopping the conversation about that, regardless of his fighting ability, and it's sad to see. So, Bruce is announcing everything. That means one thing: it's time, guys. So let's go and give this a good test. Now, this is the first match. We're doing it on easy, just to get a feel for it. Now, the way I've always played UFC games is I suck on the ground, I suck at submissions, so I'm just going to outstrike him. I'm going to play this like a kickboxing match, as simple as that. I'm not the best in the world at the game, but let's see how it goes. Let's go.
right, early round action here, and the wins and bonuses just continue to pile up for the budding heavyweight contender, Tom Aspinall. Truly a five-tool player when it comes to his skills, but in this particular matchup, he believes the ground game is going to be his bread and butter.
So a recurring theme in every UFC game, for some reason, in every single round, fighters just don't defend themselves and don't react. So he let me punch him in the face about 6 times there before he even thought about reacting. I don't know why it's that way. It's that way even on the hardest difficulties. It's just always been in the game. As you can see, my strategy here is to cut him down at his base, hit him with the low leg kicks, and then get him with strikes. That's how I'm going to try and beat him. But as you just saw with that flying knee, it ain't going to be easy against the greatest of all time.
Follow-up shot that will finish the fight. Oh my goodness, these boys are going at it.
Trying to hammer that lead leg. Oh, flying knee to the head. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 1. Oh, flipped it with the overhand.
When he gets close and he throws, he lands.
All right, that calf kick starting to show some visible signs of bruising now.
And it's exciting him. He's excited to see that all the work that they've done in preparation is showing itself in the octagon.
Oh, beautiful entry on the takedown there by John Jones.
So we're on the ground. As you know, this is not where I want to be. I want to get up as fast as I can. I'm trying to figure out this game on the fly. I've somehow managed to get on top of him, and we're trying to transition into a ground and pound. He's covering up quite well, so there's not really too much that I can do there, and he's just spun me again. I have no idea what I'm doing on the ground here. I'm pressing a submit, and then he comes back up into a ground and pound stance. I don't know, guys. I think this is a game where you definitely should go and do the tutorials if you really want to be a good level at it. If you want to just have a mess about, I might never come back to this game after this fight. So I'm not going to waste an hour of my time learning a tutorial just for a quick YouTube video about how good or bad the game is. Johnny Bones is, I mean, he's dangerous even when I'm whooping him. You know, I'm cutting down his legs, he's walking funny already. And then he's just hitting me with his flying knees out of nowhere.
All right, well, good news is he rocked him. Bad news is he wasn't able to finish the job, and now his opponent's back in the fight.
I mean, you don't get those opportunities very often. You got to take full advantage of them when they're presented to you.
And both fighters exchange in the pocket.
They're going at it here. Huge shots landed in both sides. That one was thrown to end the fight.
Saved by the bell, perhaps. Knocked down right at the end.
Near the end of the round, that will keep him in the fight. He goes back to the stool. We'll see to what extent he can recover. All right, so there's the horn. He got knocked down by a punch in that round, but he is able to survive. We'll see if they can make some adjustments.
He's as tough as they come. He took that shot and he kept plodding forward. He got off of his butt. He got himself off of the canvas and tried to get right back to work. But he cannot take many more of these. You don't want to be the guy that's testing how tough that you're chinning.
Second round underway. This crowd is going sick after what they saw in that previous round. Truly an all-out brawl. Several moments on both sides, and the fight is still going. Oh, just a nasty leg kick. That one hurt. That's horrible.
I mean, he is throwing those kicks to even it hit. He is trying to break his leg with every single kick.
Aspinall's mouth is just dripping blood everywhere. That is as bad a cut as I have seen.
This is such a back and forth, and like it feels to me like the skill level of Jones on this compared to the skill level of Aspinall is quite vast, which is probably reflective in real life as things stand. You know, we haven't seen all that much of Aspinall. What we've seen has been absolutely incredible, obviously. But to say that he'd be on the same level as Jones, we can't do that just yet.
Compromised and yet leaning on the heart here late in the fight.
Yeah, they're both leaning on the heart. They're both trying to really show that they belong. They're both trying to show that they're the better fighter. They have been matched at every single step. They're both bloody, battered, bruised, but neither one of them is willing to take a step back. These guys want to win. He's hurt bad here.
to the feet now.
Good right here.
Oh, he's got him hurt here. Oh! Dean steps in.
And there we go, we've chopped him down. We've took down John Jones's chicken legs. And we've got a crimson mask for celebration that'll make for some epic promo videos in the future. So, absolutely incredible. Chopping him down at his base. Probably he was the better fighter, but I definitely had the better strategy.
Bruce Buffer has your decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 35 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Aspinall!
So now, I did quite enjoy that, but I'm going to put the difficulty up and we're going to go and try another match. This time, I think it's only fair that we go and give Conor McGregor a try. You know, we just tried Aspinall, a big heavyweight. Let's go and try Conor at welterweight. Let's have Ireland versus England. Conor McGregor versus Leon Rocky Edwards.
All right, so this #1 welterweight contender has found his way back to a title fight. A lot of people didn't think he would get there, and he's made a career of proving doubters wrong.
You know, he carries a chip on his shoulder. You tell this man that he can't do something.
Right.
He will make it a point to get that done. He said from the moment he walked out the octagon last time and didn't win the belt, that I will be back. Many smirked at him. Many laughed. But his inner circle believed that it was only a matter of time before their guy got another chance, and when he got here, he would get the job done.
Now, some would argue he wasn't ready the first time around. I think that's probably a little bit too simplistic, but there's no denying. He has rounded out his game, he has evolved, he's maximized the developmental time, and a lot of people believe we will have a new champion by night's end. Leon Edwards, one of the most beloved fighters in all of MMA, and yet again, back on the proving ground tonight. All right, so here he is, DC, the biggest superstar in mixed martial arts history, former two-division UFC champion Conor McGregor, and a lot of people thought maybe he wouldn't come back to the proving ground. He's got a lot to prove when it comes to his MMA legacy, and as such, McGregor returns to the octagon here tonight.
When you talk about Conor McGregor, you're talking about a star that transcends mixed martial arts. We've seen a lot of people come and go, but no one has ever reached the level of Conor McGregor. And you think he's just a talker. No, there is a ton of substance to everything that he does. From the moment he stepped into the octagon, he said what he was going to do, and he eventually did it. From knocking guys out left and right to becoming a two-division champion, knocked out Jose Aldo, knocked out Eddie Alvarez. There's just too much to say about the Notorious.
And I'm glad you put it that way, because he is this larger-than-life character, and I think at times people lose sight of just how skilled a martial artist this is. Elite striker, tremendous distance management. Few move better on the feet than Conor McGregor, and He'll look to put those striking skills to good use yet again tonight as Conor McGregor returns. All right, now let's get you our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. We send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Leon Rocky Edwards. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, the notorious Conor McGregor!
Does Mr. Buffer know something that we don't? He's announcing McGregor as the champion when it's Edwards. That's definitely a glitch. And Leon's legs were weird then when he was sliding along the canvas. I have no idea how we touch gloves. I can't remember how you do it, so it's not poor sportsmanship. It's just literally I can't remember how to do it. Now Conor feels so fluid as I would expect, especially with his kicks. Now in this fight, I'm going to try and target the legs a little bit less, but the body is what I'm going to go for. I'm going to try and get him to tuck his arms to cover his body, and then try and finish him with a head kick at some point in the fight. With these guys being welterweights, I do expect it to go maybe 2 or 3 rounds, unless the computer just absolutely savages me, which I'm hoping isn't going to happen. Now we've got him rocked here with a nice head kick. I'm not going to rush in, I'm not going to get caught, it's not the time yet. I'm not skilled enough to go and finish him in that position, so take the rock and it's as simple as rebuild again.
No feeling out process, folks. Here we go. Edge of your seat action right out of the chute.
These dudes are trading very early in this fight. This is good.
And they separate. Oh, heavy kick downstairs. Oh, man, another massive kick lands.
Let your hands go. Let those hands go.
Oh, beautiful jab there from Leon Edwards. And if you don't know the name Leon Edwards, you're going to start to hear his name increasingly. Truly one of the better fighters in this division.
Absolutely. And the reason you don't know his name is because he's more of a quiet guy. He's very reserved. He used to be at AKA for months, and you barely knew that Rocky was even there. He was just there to get his work in, as he's doing his work now inside the octagon.
All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to think he's going to continue to attack the body with all of his strikes.
Well, his opponent has not done anything to deter him. He should keep doing this, keep going to the well until his opponent finds an answer, because right now, he seems lost to it.
Let's go. Get on first for me.
Thunderous leg kick grabs his opponent, lifted a little bit, trying to stay upright.
I've been trying all the different buttons and combinations now. I can't figure out for the life of me how to do a Superman punch. I absolutely love the Superman punch. I think it's such an underutilized tool. It's underrated, and most opponents don't actually see it coming in the middle of the fight unless you try and overuse it.
So under 30 seconds to go in what has been a pretty entertaining and active first round. Round 2 next.
All right, defense. Good round. That was a good round, but I need those kicks to land a little more. All right? I don't want you to get tired.
Well, I'm not sure the extent to which he has recovered, but we do see the end of the round. DC, talk us through the replay.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's going to make it to the stool. He's going to survive unless you put him completely out of there. Unfortunately, he's in there with a guy that does have that ability.
All right, here we go with our second round now. Conor McGregor and Leon Edwards. Well, there was a moment in that previous round when it looked like we weren't going to get to this next round. Here we are. We will see a huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
Oh, man. How many head kicks can one man absorb before getting separated from his opponent?
One, normally, this guy has a great chin, but if he takes any more, he's going to be sleeping.
Well, now you see some visible damage.
No, I'm struggling here. I cannot get out of this position. Whenever I'm letting my guard down to try and do something, it's not working. Nothing is working for me to press. I can't try and grapple him. It's not doing anything. I also can't strike him back. So I have no idea how I've got to get out of this, or whether I've just got to let it run its course. I just got out of it by doing nothing. Just blocking. Nice head kick that. McGregor's stamina's shocking on this, which is very realistic, isn't it, really?
Oh, nice knee, nice knee!
Oh, big left.
Oh!
Lands a good combination. Well, he rocked him, but couldn't finish it.
He rocked him, he hurt him bad. He could find that one shot to close the door. Could not shut the lights off, and now he's tasked with trying to find that shot again. He was hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Big right hand. 2 minutes remain in the round. Yes, yes, yes.
You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
I've only just realised where's Rogan on the commentary.
Well, not sure if I should knock his fight
I love DC. And is it John Anik? But where's Rogan? It ain't UFC without Rogan.
Be patient, and in that patience, you'll find a punch or kick that will put your opponent out.
Well, no feeling out process tonight. Both fighters invoking damage on the other. How about these two going at it? That's as good a punch as he's thrown all night.
The punch that lands down the middle, the one that you don't feel, is the ones that land perfect, and that one landed perfectly.
Well, you can see his leg is hurt here, starting to limp a little bit. I think Magomed Ankalaev is the guy we point to for exuding all of that toughness when he absorbed those leg kicks, but don't want to take too many.
Saved by the bell again. 2 matches in a row that's happened. He's not doing too well, is he? Look at the graphics on that. Look, you can see the blood vessels in his eyes and everything. The eye movement, the head movement is absolutely phenomenal.
All the shots that he's taken to the face, for all the swelling. I have seen on many occasions where someone has massive swelling and they struggle. Look for this guy to start to mess up a little bit in there.
All right, so back to the stools we go. They say defense wins championships, and he has not defended well tonight.
He isn't trying, or at least it doesn't seem like he's trying. He has got to move his head. He's trying to...
Get back to his feet yet again. Oh, but not a good look for the judges here. Look how wobbly he is. Misses with the right hand.
So regardless of the result of this match, however it goes, I will say it's been fun. It is a nice game to play, especially if you're playing it against your friends. I think that paying full price, or even close to full price, is just unacceptable for this game. I've had a look at the career mode. It's regurgitated from last year. It's almost exactly the same. It's boring, it's long-winded, it's pointless. So this is not a complete... That's a beautiful knockout. This is not a complete game in my opinion. I think this is literally just a fight now sort of game. I have no idea what the online section is like on the game. If it's anything like any other EA games, it's all centered around loot boxes, opening packs, spending money to get better, pay to win basically. I have no time for that whatsoever. I'm not interested. What I'd say is, if you can get this game for around £20, $20, whatever that currency is in your country, or you have friends that you can play with physically in the room with your parties, things like that, then I'd say this game is definitely worth it at that point. Anything more than that? Probably not. And that's from a huge MMA fan. It's just not good enough. The gameplay's great, everything else, it's just not up there. And the soundtrack for this game is absolutely awful. Most UFC fans aren't into this music. I have no idea why it's there. Absolutely shocking. EA, yet again, don't know the fan base of a game. Useless. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.